Hi, my name is Cedric Gegel, and welcome back to my YouTube channel.
Hey, Uncle Kenny! Football! Hey, yeah!
My name is Cedric, I am an actor and filmmaker, and I'm reacting to music videos and analyzing them and behind the scenes videos and rehearsal videos, and we've been doing BTS, so we're going to keep doing BTS. Today I'm watching Spring Day plus the explained video, so make sure you stick around after the music video to watch the explained so you can see everything that I got wrong, which is going to be a list, I am sure, and this should be a lot of fun. Also, it's been requested, so I went ahead and did it. I started a Patreon. That link is below. I'm still figuring out Patreon. I'm still working through it, so I beg your grace and your patience in that. And if you feel so led to support and meet me over there, great. But if you can't or you don't want to, I 100% understand and respect your decision. And I promise that I will continue to do my best to bring you content that you enjoy here on YouTube.
I got this mug I went to a grocery store's grand opening when I was in college. My college roommate and I went to it, and we didn't know it was invite only, so we just walked in, and then we were, getting free samples and snacks and stuff, and then my college boss was there. My college boss was like, whoa, how'd you get in? And I was like, we were invited, and they were like, oh, cool, and then I got this mug, which I've had for several years now.
Spring Day. I've heard this is emotional. I'm ready to be hurt.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
I'm ready. I hope you all have been very excited about the new album that dropped. I'm excited for you. I'm trying to not explore it yet because I want to knock out as much of the old content as I can so that I have more context for the new one. But I'm really happy for all of you, and I'm really happy for me as that's more stuff that I get to explore in the future. So congrats. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it's been an amazing weekend. Big hit. Entertainment. I love that outfit. Are those pineapples? There's some nice Foley work. Foley is how we add sound effects in film. All that snow is Foley. And like that. That was sad. Let's zoom in on a Dutch angle. Snowpiercer, Bong Joon-ho. Parasite, amazing film. Amazing. I haven't seen Snowpiercer. It is very high on my list. Maybe I'll watch it today. Oh, he walked by? Okay. Oh, the visuals of that never-ending staircase. You'll Never Walk Alone. That's the name of the album, right? By the edge of cold water. So that's Jimin is hanging out by the water. Okay. There's a lot to unpack in this. At first I kind of assumed it was about a romantic relationship, but as all of you have said in the comments, and as I've come to realize, often it's more deep than that. Not that there's anything wrong with songs about romantic relationships. They're excellent source material for art, but I'm assuming that this is about the loss of a friendship, or even not the loss of, the change of, the developing of. This is particularly poignant right now, right, with COVID, and particularly as someone that lives in the U.S. where it's getting worse every day. And also, I moved to the East Coast last year and, left behind 25 years of friendships and relationships and really didn't know anyone here. And although I've made some amazing friendships here on the East Coast, I miss the people back home. I just paused on the line, is it you who changed or me? People change over time. Sometimes you grow apart, and that's a really painful process, and you don't even know that it's happening until one day you're like, I haven't heard from that person in years. And that's just part of growing up. But this idea that they had, it seemed like it was all of them, right, hanging out what looked like a hotel room, but they were hanging out and partying, and then it's all of them separately. They're individuals. They're all in their own colors. If you notice that, they're all very much in their own colors, which match the environment that they're in, so they become something else. They become a product of the environment in which they exist. V at the beginning, at the train station. And winter obviously symbolizes death. And of course, the song is titled Spring Day. And this idea of life becoming anew in spring. They're using a lot of Dutch angles too, which they're pushing in on the Dutch angle, which is kind of, you're losing your sense of reality as you're pushing in. This feels very, very sad. This idea of change and letting go. There's a difference too between change and growth. Now, you might grow apart from someone, but that's inherently different than them just changing or someone just changing. Growing apart, there's a sort of solemn love to that, an understanding. But just change is almost inexplicable. It's like, okay, well, that person's just different now. And that's very painful and very hollow. It's very reminiscent of winter. It's very lonely to experience that and just go, I don't know what happened, but they're gone. Notice too that Jungkook is standing in front of a carousel, or a carousel-like thing. I can't tell exactly what it is, a set of swings, but something that is reminiscent of a carousel. And on top of it are You'll Never Walk Alone, which, as I understand it, is the name of the album, but also there's a song called You'll Never Walk Alone from the musical Carousel. They're talking about darkness a lot in this, or they're at least... Fire truck pause. They're using a lot of darkness. Even on this very part that I paused on, there's darkness and light shooting into it. That whole song is about not being alone, even though time has passed, even though you're going through something difficult, that you're not alone. It's actually one of my grandmother's favorite songs. It's one that she really moves her. It's one that I learned to perform just for her, so that I don't know, that we could have those moments together. I assume that that's intentional. I assume everything with BTS is intentional. So that's probably a reference that they're making to the musical. It's a beautiful piece of music if you haven't heard it. It's very, very moving, especially in COVID.
Hold your head up high.
This is more sad than I thought it was going to be. And again, the music's not overly like ballad. It's not super slow or anything, but the lyrics are definitely meant to get you. And that's Sugar. He's got a kind of a rougher voice. Oh, it's a little bit angry too. I'll erase you. I love J-Hope's voice. It's so pure. Suga was laying on a pile of clothing, almost this idea of discarded memories, past selves or other versions or other friendships in the past that they've kind of built him up, and now he's laying on and reflecting. Back to the train. I love Jimin just standing at the water too. I mean, how fragile is a paper airplane against the speed of a train? No vacancy, did you notice that? Oh, they're all together. Oh, did he see him? It's a little bit more of a rock tone to the voice now. Ah. Okay, cool. So we know that cherry blossoms symbolize change or often new life, but they're also impermanent, right? They're, as I understand it, they're only there for a certain portion of time. And also having the cherry blossoms fall on what I thought looked like a mountain, and then it turned out to be clothes and them laying on it. And also it's really hard to see them in those clothes. They're almost camouflaged in these past selves and in these past relationships that's clearly a part of their identities and who they are. So that's a really interesting note to take. I wonder why a train there. Because in America we don't really use trains as much, so maybe there's something I missed there. I mean, we have like railways. Oh, the color of this guy behind him matched his hair. So the days of flower blossoms, when life comes anew. So they took a train to nowhere. It's a beautiful location. And the dead tree is behind him. No leaves on it. Are they gonna find him? Or was he with them? Does that mean what I think it means? So the way that I would interpret that, and I could be wrong, would be that he took his own life at the end? That the shoes hanging were meant to symbolize him? I'm not sure. I could be off. I hope I'm off. That's sad. But also a sad reality of our world and a sad truth that that does happen. And especially when you feel like you've lost the people that made you you. You know, the people that made you who you are, and if you feel alone. And certainly we all know that during COVID, mental health issues have skyrocketed. So, boy, that was sad. I was like, oh, this isn't that sad, and then that ending happened. And I'm worried that I missed something, I'm sure. And this explain video is going to punch me in the gut. Again, even if this isn't the point of it, since I brought it up, mental health is real. You are valid. You are worthy. You are loved. If you're having issues, please talk to someone. People care. People will listen. You're not alone. You'll never walk alone. And I'm sorry that you're going through what you're going through. I really am. But you're loved, and you're worthy. I've been through the same thing. It gets better. It does. So, keep going. All right, let's do the explained video. Let's see what this is all about. The Seoul Ferry tragedy. I've never heard of this. It's interesting because I couldn't tell if he was listening for the train or laying down in front of it. guilt of survived. His friends have passed. Survivor's guilt. Very real thing. And then is Jimin trying to go to a place that's beautiful? Yeah, to feel some sort of peace or have remembrance. I noticed that. I didn't know if it was necessarily abandoned, but I guess there is no one on the train. Ugh. Right. That's sort of his thing.
You belong to the tail. Know your place. Keep your place.
Not to lessen the serious moment, but there's a moment in the Clone Wars, the clones say good soldiers follow orders, and it's this idea of you're good if you do what you're told to do. But does that make you good? Never heard of that. Huh. I know they said this is only theory number 1, but this alone is proving to me that BTS and the people that work on these ideas are such artists. So much depth. Do they represent the upper class? No, well, maybe. So it's not meant to be fun. I love this shot. I love the lines and everything in it. Ugh. Ugh. They have to leave him behind. Oh, and they're looking back at him too. Right. Just living life. Even the idea of brushing your teeth, cleaning yourself, cleansing yourself. I think he was piercing his ear. This idea of washing away what once was. Oh, it's like a window, isn't it? It's at least the shot from inside the washing machine was reminiscent of a window on a boat. Oh, I did not notice that. Oh, wow. I've never even heard of this. I'm gonna have to look that up. Sounds awful. I mean, I'm gathering what essentially happened, but But he's not. You never walk alone, right? But I can't tell, is that every... No. Okay. True. Just got full body chills. And look how it's more vibrant now with the colors. Right, right. Can't believe this is only theory number 1. This is... You all are amazing with the way that you think. I'm probably going to end up watching Snowpiercer today. I just want you all to know that. Today or tomorrow. Okay, so I was totally off. I took this the complete opposite direction. There's a sense of like victory there now that I'm seeing this. Yeah, the colors are much more vibrant. You're starting to see the snow melt. I didn't even notice that. But it's still somber. And now the warm colors are coming in. Really? Shoes are hung on trees to commemorate the dead. Okay. In places I've lived, shoes are hung on things to let you know that there are drug dealers in the area. So, I did not know this. This makes a lot more sense, because I was like, that can't be what that symbolizes. So, now I have context for that. I did not know that. That is way better than what my initial thought was that I didn't voice. And of course you see the cherry blossoms coming across. Just as we cannot forget them, we ask the citizens. Wow. So I'm sure that there are a lot of... oh, it was an Ursula K. Le Guin book? She's fantastic. I didn't know that was an Ursula K. Le Guin book. I have a minor in English literature, so I have read a good amount of what she has written, but I was not aware of that one. Boy, I don't know if I've ever been more wrong in my interpretation of anything ever. I mean, I certainly think you can take out of it what I did, but that's obviously, at least this theory is a lot more tight than mine. I've never heard of this. I'm going to look it up.
A few moments later.
Oh my gosh, 326 people out of 338. It was 6 years ago. Maybe I do remember that. The captain was charged with homicide. Good. By the sound of it. That's horrible. And it killed mostly high school students. They were slow to rescue passengers. didn't inform citizens, the Coast Guard didn't show up. It's like failure at every level. I mean, living in the US, I have experienced that too. That is really terrible. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever been more wrong in how... I mean, I don't think that my interpretation was necessarily incorrect, but... Well, that's really sad. I mean, I don't know what I expected. All of you said this was really sad. But what a tribute, then, to perform this. When did this happen? April 16th, which is a spring day, notably. Which is when the cherry blossoms hit, apparently. That makes it even worse. But what a beautiful tribute. What a beautiful way to use your art to make a statement and to have a memorial and a remembrance for people. I have to relook at the lyrics, I guess. I mean, maybe it could be about both, about people changing. Maybe the music video specifically was about this tragedy, and the song itself is about people growing beyond. Again, BTS, their music has so many potential meanings that it's amazing to just work through everything that it could mean. And they can take a song that means one thing and then make a music video about something else, which is really, really cool. Well, thank you for sharing this. This is obviously a little bit more somber and melancholy than some of their other stuff, but that doesn't make it any less beautiful or any less of something that I can appreciate and respect enormously. Thank you for sharing this with me. We will be starting behind the scenes very, very soon. Thank you so much for suggesting this. This was really moving. It was really moving. It makes me want to make something that matters, make something that means something to people. Thank you.